All right, your first card is Death. I have a Queen of Pentacles. I have a Three of Swords reversed. This is Five of Cups. I have the Lover's card. Two of Cups. That is a very strong combination there. King of Pentacles. I have a Seven of Swords. And then a Queen of Wands. And I will pull the outcome card, of course, after the main reading. Okay, so broken heart reverse. Sometimes when this is in reverse, that Three of Swords, it means that you have a broken heart, but you're still healing. Okay, you haven't. I see death here, which obviously can mean a breakup. It can also mean an ending. Not necessarily a breakup, but it can mean a devastating situation that death can mean a devastating situation that doesn't necessarily mean a breakup, but something that really hurt the relationship as well. So when I see this Three of Swords reversed, there's still heartbreak, but it's also as if you're still in denial. You're blocking things that would help you heal. You're not letting those things in, you're not addressing the pain. And so I have this Queen of Pentacles here in the middle. And my first instincts when I saw this Queen of Pentacles is that maybe this Queen of Pentacles is the person responsible for the heartbreak. I still see this as a person of interest. And then I get all these intense cards here. So I get heartbreak. I get the heartbreak and death surrounding this Queen of Pentacles here. Your heartbreak caused by someone here with Pentacles energy. And then when we get here, it gets very intense, because when you get a Lover's card with a Two of Cups, we're talking a very serious soulmate type of connection here, because the Two of Cups, you see this couple, they're hand fasting. That's a Wiccan tradition of marriage. And so this seems, you have a Five of Cups here. We have regret, we have loss. And I would almost think that the person who broke your heart, or someone who broke your trust, they felt sad, they felt lonely, and there was an apology somewhere along the line. And so very, very intense cards here. That soulmate, meant to be together, trying to make it through the tough times here. And also when we look at this major arcana, this could very well, you have only two major arcana. You have death, which is complete endings and new beginnings. And then we have the Lover's card, which is, and it's right in the center of your spread. So for some of you, there's quite possibly an opportunity for new love. That, or a big reunion. But sometimes when I see death, I'm very, skeptical, because sometimes things that end need to end. Sometimes when couples break up, or if an event happens and you lose something, you lose the relationship, you can't get it back. You just have to let it go and move on. So when I see death, I don't necessarily anticipate a couple getting back together. I feel like death means that whatever this change was, even if you don't like it, even if it turned your life upside down, there was a reason for it. There was a reason that this needed to come to an end. And so taking that on board, when I get here, I still see this 5 of Cups as sort of remnants of what's going on with this 3 of Swords. Acknowledging your emotions, allowing yourself to emotionally heal. And also keep in mind that this doesn't necessarily have to mean a connection with another person. The Lover's card can actually mean unity and harmony and a connection between your head and your heart. It can mean a love of life, loving yourself, okay? And that's perfectly, usually when you can have unity within yourself, the real relationship follows. So either way, this is kind of like very positive. It seems like you've gone through a lot here with the first 4 cards, and then the Lovers and 2 of Cups comes along and gives you that new beginning after the devastation of death. So here's where it gets interesting in your future. We still have that King of Pentacles here, and it could be the same person for this Queen of Pentacles here. Now this person is having more influence and more control. And then we have a 7 of Swords here. And remember, swords are your energy. They represent air. But swords can also be about secrets. Sometimes it can mean dishonesty. But it does kind of mean taking care of yourself as well. It means using your scruples and using your smarts to get ahead. Okay. You don't let people know what you're doing. And Aquarius, you're good at keeping secrets here. You're good at you're good at being clever and keeping your thoughts to yourself and not just jumping in through feelings. You like to think things through. So I really do get this feeling that after death, this Pentacles energy shows up with the Queen, and it becomes part of a more serious relationship here. But for some reason, I see you pulling back here with this 7 of Swords. I don't see this as someone else. I see this as you and your strategy. And maybe this Queen of Wands has a lot to do with it, because now we have 2 queens here. And a Queen of Wands is very confident. Remember, fire is a very quick energy. It transforms things. It changes everything it touches. And the weird thing is that I get the feeling that this Queen of Wands is coming to totally eclipse or push this Queen of Pentacles out of the way. And that is pretty interesting here. So I see a big transition where you're finding love, you have opportunities for love. And I'm not discounting the fact that some of you Aquarians are in long-term relationships or marriage. But I do think it's pretty interesting what's going on here with these pentacles here, that maybe some of you Aquarians are being pursued, or there's someone that you are in a relationship with. But it's quite possible that there could be a third party involved here, where you will need to, the issue of your feelings, being torn with your feelings might actually come up. And also some of you might be trying to figure out what the real situation is with a particular person or with their relationships. So I'm not discounting the possibility for some of you that there's a third party or a love triangle going on here. Okay. And one thing that just came to me is that maybe there's an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend who wants to come back to your partner, but your partner is not going to allow it, or your partner might still be friends with this person. And so when I see that Seven of Swords, I see you kind of sussing things out, trying to figure out what's going on with the third party, or this becoming an issue to where you're going to need to pull back to figure out what's going on. So a lot of intense things happening here that, more than anything, I'm getting the sense of you being available from, starting over again, getting back into your love life and healing. And this Pentacles person is hanging around. And then I just see this Five of Cups, some type of apology, or you, getting over your losses here, because you have these incredible cards here that are indicating unity and balance and this emotional connection that you have with someone. But as I said, it seems like Aquarians, more than anything, just like air signs, you can get pretty skittish. And if you sense that something is not quite right, you will keep your thoughts to yourself. You might actually start trying to protect yourself and start protecting your feelings. So I think the way these cards developed is very interesting. It's not a straightforward romance, and I definitely would have thought that. And I'm not saying there isn't going to be a long-term relationship here or happiness, but it's interesting that looking at your energy where you're blocked and you're trying to heal and get over a few things, all of a sudden I see you kind of pulling back with that Seven of Swords and just holding back and seeing how things develop. So I'm seeing in your future for some of you Aquarians, sort of like things are going well, you're in love, you think everything is working to plan, and then all of a sudden a speed bump, like what's going on with this person? And where did this ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend come from? And so all of a sudden you kind of go into protective mode. That's what I'm seeing here. So your outcome card, it's a Ten of Wands. That's what this Queen of Wands is bringing. And the Ten of Wands is a card where you're overwhelmed. There's a lot of stress, but it's not going to last forever. The stress, number 10, it means endings and beginnings again. So it's sort of like death, but it's on a smaller scale. And so what I'm definitely seeing is a very stressful situation where you don't want to get played again, you don't want to get hurt again, and someone who's put you through a very traumatic experience is still around. They still want to be around you. They still want to continue a relationship for some of you. But I do feel like some of you are finding yourselves in a new situation where you're kind of optimistic, and then someone does something pretty shady, and you're like, okay, what's with this other person? What's with this other issue here? And so the Oracle is basically saying there's going to be a little bit of stress, but it's nothing that is long term. It's going to be resolved. But I think Aquarians, you're pretty good at playing this chess. If there's a chess game behind romance and relationships, you are definitely the people to play that. So for those of you who are dating or getting to know someone, especially if it's, you're starting to feel like there could be potential, just be very careful, because there might be some issues here with the Queen of Wands here, man or woman. And there might be some issues this other person has to resolve as well with the 10 of Wands before things can actually move forward. But the Oracle is saying that there's a very serious relationship or connection that's going to be playing out for you in the next few weeks. Okay. All right. So Aquarius, that was your reading. And I want to give you a heads up. I'm offering this Grand Romani tarot reading for 60 minutes. My time and my schedule hours, they're still limited. But I'm going to make some weeknights available. And this is only by phone. I'm not doing any videos for this for 60 minutes. But it's not really practical for me. But this is a new phone reading. I used to have phone readings for an hour, but I pulled back in order to make room in my schedule. But I will make those available for this month. And it's a very great spread. It goes into detail about all aspects of your life. And it's the kind of spread that you only need to get like once a month or even once every 2 months. Okay, so go to tarotbyear.com and check it out. And you can just click my schedule, my online appointment book, and you will see a list of all my services. So take care, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed your summer like all the other signs. Thank you guys for all your support. And I will see you on YouTube, and I will see you next month. Take care, and I always wish you love and light.